take me on this journey into history. I have always been fascinated with history, mysteries, and the paranormal, so I decided to create a podcast that encompasses all those things. If you find these things fascinating like me, then please, I encourage you to come along each week to see where history takes us next. Welcome to another episode of Ancient Secrets and Haunted Journeys. Today, we delve into the dark, mysterious history of one of England's most infamous landmarks, the Tower of London. With its bloody past of executions, imprisonments, and royal intrigues, the tower is a hot spot for ghostly apparitions and spine-chilling tales. Join us as we explore the history and hauntings of this legendary fortress. The Tower of London, officially known as Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress of the Tower of London, has stood on the north bank of the River Thames for nearly 1,000 years. Built by William the Conqueror in 1078, the White Tower, the central keep, was intended to assert Norman power and serve as a formidable stronghold. Over the centuries, the tower expanded, becoming a symbol of royal authority and a prison for enemies of the crown. The tower's history is steeped in blood and intrigue. It was a place where many high-profile prisoners met their end. Perhaps the most famous of these was Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of treason, adultery, and incest, Anne was imprisoned in the Tower and eventually beheaded on Tower Green in 1536. Her ghost is said to haunt the tower, particularly near the site of her execution and the Chapel Royal of St. Peter ad Vincula, where she is buried. The princes in the tower, Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York, are another tragic story. In 1483, they were placed in the tower by their uncle, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, later Richard III. The boys disappeared, and it is widely believed they were murdered to secure Richard's claim to the throne. Their specters have been reportedly seen holding hands and wandering the bloody tower, where they were last seen alive. Another notable figure associated with the tower is Sir Thomas More, the renowned scholar and statesman who opposed King Henry VIII's separation from the Catholic Church. More was imprisoned in the tower and executed in 1535. His ghost is said to linger in the tower's cellars, where he spent his final days. The tower has also housed many other prisoners, including Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, Guy Fawkes, who attempted to blow up the House of Parliament in the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, and the Earl of Essex, a favorite of Queen Elizabeth I, who fell out of favor and was executed in 1601. Beyond its function as a prison, the Tower of London has served various roles, including a royal residence, a treasury, an armory, and even a zoo. The Yemen warders, or beefeaters, who guard the tower have their own share of ghost stories and eerie encounters. With such a dark and storied past, it's no wonder the Tower of London is considered one of the most haunted places in England. Numerous ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena have been reported by visitors and staff alike. One of the most famous apparitions is that of Anne Boleyn. Her ghost is said to appear near the site of her execution, sometimes carrying her head under her arm, Witnesses have also reported seeing her in the Chapel Royal of St. Peter ad Vincula, where her body was hastily buried following her execution. Some even claim to have seen her ghostly figure peering out of the windows of the Queen's house, a building within the tower complex where she was held before her death. The ghosts of the princes in the tower have been seen on multiple occasions. Their spectral forms are often described as pale and forlorn, wandering the corridors of the bloody tower. Some have reported hearing the sounds of children sobbing, believed to be the cries of the young princes. Another chilling encounter involves the ghost of Lady Jane Grey, who was executed at the tower in 1554. Her apparition is said to appear on the anniversary of her death, walking the battlements with a sorrowful expression. Lady Jane's life was tragically cut short at just 16 years old, and her restless spirit is believed to haunt the place where she met her untimely end. The ghost of Sir Thomas More has also been reported, particularly in the tower's cellars. More's spectral figure is said to be seen wearing a long robe and holding a book, reflecting his scholarly nature. Some have felt an eerie presence in the area, accompanied by a sense of overwhelming sadness. The White Tower, the oldest part of the complex, is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Guards have reported seeing a shadowy figure known as the White Lady. This ghost is often accompanied by the scent of old perfume, and some believe she is the spirit of Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, who was executed in 1541. One of the most gruesome ghost stories involves the ghost of the Countess of Salisbury. Margaret Pole was dragged to the scaffold at the age of 67, where she attempted to flee her executioner. It is said her ghost reenacts her brutal death, running across the tower green, pursued by an invisible axe-wielding executioner. In addition to these well-known apparitions, the tower is home to many other spectral inhabitants. The ghost of Arbella Stewart, a potential heir to the throne, who was imprisoned and eventually died in the tower, is said to haunt the Queen's house. Arbella's life was marked by tragedy and unfulfilled potential, and her restless spirit is believed to linger within the tower walls. The Salt Tower, one of the oldest towers in the complex, is reputedly haunted by the ghost of a monk. This figure, dressed in a dark robe, has been seen silently praying in the corners of the tower. Some believe he was a former prisoner who died within the tower and now seeks solace in the afterlife. The Tower of London's reputation as a haunted location has been bolstered by numerous paranormal investigations. Many ghost hunters and researchers have spent nights within its walls, capturing eerie sounds, ghostly apparitions, and unexplained phenomena on camera. These investigations have only added to the tower's legendary status as one of the most haunted places in the world. The Tower of London remains a symbol of England's tumultuous history, a place where power, intrigue, and tragedy converge. Its walls have witnessed the rise and fall of monarchs, the execution of traitors, and the suffering of prisoners. The ghosts that are said to haunt the tower serve as reminders of its dark and storied past. Whether you are drawn to the tower for its historical significance or its paranormal allure, it is a place that continues to captivate and intrigue. The tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena only add to the tower's mystique, making it a must-visit destination for history buffs and ghost enthusiasts alike. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the haunted halls of the Tower of London. In our next episode, we will explore the ancient tombs and lingering spirits of Egypt's Valley of the Kings. Until then, keep exploring the ancient secrets and haunted journeys that shape our world.